Hello, this is Taslan for the Lighthouse After Action Report, Volume 6. I'm in my VK2801 and we're in Westfield from the West spawn. Lots of heavies and TDs in this battle. 3 mediums apiece, no artillery. We have 2 lights and they have 3 because they have a Chaffee platoon. Typically on this map, I'll run up to about J0. Set up in a good line of bushes that you'll see here in a second. It lets me provide cover from the 0 line up to this ridge where mediums and lights like to hang out, and also fire over into this area if any tanks are lit up. It's key as we get going here. A lot of battles, everybody likes to go up on top of the hill and fight in the Westfield. So you have to pay attention to how many tanks remain over on the east side of the map to support you, because it really changes how aggressive you can play. Right now it looks like the ELC's over here with me, and 3 mediums and potentially 2 TDs are going to be on this side. So it looks like we're going to have enough tanks over here to actually play instead of just spot. Okay, I'm coming up. This row of bushes right here in front of me is just perfect for sitting up here. There's already a Cromwell being seen, so I'm going to stay. I'm not going to move up in the bushes. I'm going to stay back so I stay hidden from anybody over in that ridge up by the road. This is my first day back from the video card issues. I don't really have my computer back. The video card has been proven defective, and they're sending it in to the manufacturer to redo, probably give me a new one. They said it could be, my computer's gone for 4 to 6 weeks. So here comes the M10. I'm still back from the bushes. I can shoot at him without being seen. But last night my wife was like, "You're going to hate not having your computer for 6 weeks," and here comes a Chaffee. Same situation with him. Watch 105 versus Chaffee. 105 wins. Now he lit me up, so I'm just going to slide around. Nobody else can see me. So I'm just going to slide around, try to avoid some shots, and I'll have concealment back in a few seconds. But anyway, my wife was sitting there, and she's like, "You're going to hate not having a computer for 6 weeks, and the kid's computer's like 6 years old, so why don't you go buy another computer for you, and then when we get your other computer back, we'll just give it to the kids." So I was like, "Yay, I'm out here." So now I have another computer that's even better than the one I had, so this works out well. I love my wife for a reason. So I'm back in action on WOT. There's 1 Cromwell moving in. If another medium comes in, I'm going to run the 0 line, because everybody's attention is going to be focused on these guys down in the base of the valley. Here comes the other Cromwell moving in to help. They have a Jackson way in the back. I don't know what he's doing back there. He's too far back to help out. Pretty certain I'll find somebody up here along this middle ridge line. He's just on the other side of it. He's probably going to be looking over at the Cromwell, so I'm going to rush in on him. And he's going to die. Now there's no arty, so I don't think there's going to be anybody farther up the valley toward the northeast end. So I'm going to come across the middle, go up this ramp, and try to help out over on the other side of the map. 8 to 8. Capping may be effective, but probably just take guns out of the battle and put us at a disadvantage. So not a good time to cap. There's 2 of the 3 TDs. The other one's in town, so I know where all they are. I'm going to take out the Nashorn here. 25 twos focusing on the medium instead of me, so it allows me just to sit there and aim in on him. Now he's gone. Oh, the Chaffee showed up a little too late. He's going to die too. Once again, 105 versus Chaffee. 105 wins. You hit a Chaffee with a 105, it blows up faster than an old Ford Pinto being rear-ended by a Mack truck. Now, we're 3 on 3. All the tanks are down here under the bridge, and look at our Jackson. He is running to the west. I don't know why. As I come in, I'm focused on the SU-100 because I can get his gun out of the battle in one shot. Unfortunately, our Cromwell rushed in on him, and that didn't help anything because he's dead. So now it's 2 heavies against a Jackson that doesn't want to fight, and myself. I'm trying to use the terrain and the bushes to reestablish concealment because I don't want to be 1-on-2 against the Tiger and IS. The Jackson continues his trek westward. I asked for some help and he says affirmative, but he continues to go the wrong way. So while he's off chasing ghosts, I am going to reverse direction and swing around the northeast corner of the map and cross over on the other side of the valley and hopefully surprise these heavies as to where I am. We still have 8 minutes left. There's a lot of time. No need to be predictable and give up hit points you don't need to give up. My plan right now is to keep them at distance, use my superior view range, and just snipe them down. Hopefully, well, I'm dreaming as the Jackson now is off to the north, maybe looking for the North Pole, I don't know. He's obviously not intent on helping. Ideally, he would just set up in a bush and spot the tank capping so I can move in and shoot him. But ideal conditions rarely appear in World of Tanks. The IS is going off up after him. Tiger's on cap, so I'm going to rush down here, and I have plenty of time to get down here and reset cap. The Jackson's dead. I'm hoping right now the IS thinks that I'm going to be near the Jackson and goes off that way and gives me a little time with the Tiger. And if I slip up, sorry, but because it's the IS, I call the IS's ISIS now. So if I say ISIS, I'm referring to the IS. It's just my own little term that I use. Not trying to start a trend or anything. I'm just explaining in case I say ISIS, you'll know what I mean. There he is, so I'll just park behind this bush. I think I'm far enough away he wouldn't see me even if I was sitting out in the open, but why take a chance? He's tracked, so I get another shot even if he disappears. I know right where he's at. Now I'll just back up, reacquire his location visually, pull back forward, do it again. He can randomly shoot at where he thinks I am, but his odds of hitting me are pretty low. Now he's moving toward me. I either hit him or he moved off cap, maybe both. I don't know if he's chasing me or getting behind the building there. It looks like he's just staying behind the building, which to me means the IS is on the way back, so I don't want to go down after the Tiger right now. I'm going to end up 1-on-2. He's waiting for the IS to come and help him. So I'm just going to sit up here and see where the IS shows up at, and then I'll decide what to do from there. There are times to be aggressive and times not to be aggressive, and right now it's time not to be aggressive. So far from what I've seen in the fight, the IS is the kind of guy, he sees the enemy and he goes straight to him, so I'm banking on him still doing that. There he is. I'm far enough away I can just shoot out in the open, and this is what I mean by when I say passive open. I'm just using my superior view range to spot, and in this case snipe. If I had teammates alive, I could just sit here and let them peck at him. But you have to keep moving to keep your distance great enough to stay hidden. I'm going to try to pull him down to the northeast end of the valley, and if I do, then I'll run back the other way and take out the Tiger while the IS is trying to get back to me. If they were smart, they would both go on cap and force me to engage them. But they aren't smart. Now, if he keeps playing the way he's been, he's going to come down toward me because he knows what direction he's receiving fire from. So I'm going to quick cross over, go up this ramp, and hopefully get to surprise him by appearing in a place he doesn't think I am. He's getting kind of close, but to see, it's hard to see diagonally through that bridge, so I'm hoping I get up this ramp and out of sight before he gets too close to me here. Tiger's starting to cap again. I got a couple seconds I can mess around with him. Now watch the ISIS. He knows I was over there, so that's where he's going. He's predictable, and he's going to pay for it. And now he's like, oh crap, wrong way. So he's trying to back down. I want to stay and get a couple more shots on him while I have him pinned down there, but I have to get back to the Tiger. It doesn't help me to damage the IS more if that lets the Tiger complete cap and get a win. Since I don't know exactly where the Tiger is, I have to give myself enough time to react to whatever I find when I get up here. Oh, and there he is. Nice guy out in the open. I guess he thinks that bush or whatever's going to help him. I don't know why he was sitting there. I was just waiting to get shot. It's not even a bush there. He was just sitting out in the open. Okay, he's behind the building. He didn't leave anything stuck out. I'm just going to go in after him. I think the IS is far enough away. I can come down here and just circle this guy and take him out. And then I'll see what I can do with the IS. Off to a good start. He's rotating his cannon toward me. I'm going crossover. There's no way he's coming close to me. Just repeat. Yeah, and I shot behind him. I need to have hits on target. I'm going to shoot right now, but I don't think I'm going to hit. Because I was hoping to get a lucky shot before I'm around the corner of the building. I didn't want to let his cannon catch up to me. So now I'll just do this again. Somehow that missed. Oh, I'm hit at the right edge of the circle. I can't have misses like that. It's killing me. And a third miss in a row. This is just literally killing me. I'm using up all the time cushion I have. Go and change direction. Come in from the other side. He probably knows I'm coming this way, but I'm just trying to mess with him a little bit. His gun's still behind me. Now I get to shoot before he does. I'm just going to slow down, get a good solid shot, not miss risking again. He's gone. There's a minute left. I can't get cute with the IS. I need to find him. Right now I'm playing to win. I start going up the hill. I was like, man, I don't have enough time to do that. By the time I get up on top of the hill, I'm not going to have any time. So there he is. I'm going to come around the buildings and take a shot at him and hope for the best. He still has 7 hit points left. This is not an ideal situation by any means. I get a good hit. He's trying to get his gun on me. Can't quite do it, I guess. Come around again. This time I can't afford to get hit again. And now at this point, I'm just 20 seconds left. I'm going for a draw. I'm not giving him a win. What I probably should have done right there is, instead of going out wide around the building, I probably should have cut it short, gone right in against him and tried to side hug him, and keep moving around his body and stay ahead of his gun that way. But I stopped and took a shot and then went around the building to hide, and it didn't work out right. So we end up having a draw. I'm going to debate that one for a long time, because if I would have turned in tight, I probably could have stayed ahead of his gun. You just don't know. And if he shot me, I'm dead. If I get too close to him, here's the other problem. I have so few hit points. If I'm right against him in fire, I have a chance of splashing myself and killing myself and giving him the victory, which would have been, I would have hated myself for a long time if I did that. So it's a situation where, unless you win, no matter what you do, you're going to second guess yourself. So that's what I did. We ended up with a draw, and there's nothing I can do to change that. In the beginning, I go up to those bushes over in, like, what, J0. I get to fire at the Cromwell, missed him. But the M10 was coming toward me, and I was far enough behind the bush where I could fire at him, not be seen, so I took the shot. And second shot on him, put him on fire, and killed him. Before I could do anything, the Chaffee knows there's somebody firing from down in that area, so he's beelining toward me. So I just plopped one on him and one-shotted him. It lit me up for a second or two. I just move around, avoid the shots, hopefully, that are coming toward me, and within a matter of 5 or 6 seconds, I disappear again. And then I had the mediums moving down the center with the ELC. So I moved up the 0 line to try to support them and took out the T-34. I know there's nobody at the end of the valley because there's no arty, so I cross over and try to help up on top of the field. And I end up taking out the 2 TDs and the other Chaffee over on that side. It leaves us 3-on-3. Unfortunately, the Jackson was scared to fight. Had the Jackson moved in and got off a couple shots before dying, we probably would have won. Or even better, if he had moved up on the south side of the valley and sniped, he could have stayed alive and we would have won, because he would have been able to do damage for a long time. But that didn't happen. He went off on his own little trip there, and unfortunately the Cromwell basically suicided against the 2 heavies. I took out the TD because I wanted to get the gun out of the fight, and that ended up leaving me basically one-on-one with 2 heavies and a Jackson that didn't want to fight. So the Tiger started capping, or I had to go back and reset him. Fortunately, the IS went after the Jackson, and again I used the bush. I had him visually acquired as I came in. I stay far enough behind the bush that I won't be exposed by my muzzle blast. When the target disappears, I move out from behind the bush, gain the target again, move back behind the bush, and I could have done that as long as he let me do it. He realized he was going to die, so he moved up behind the building. And at that point, if I rushed in on him, I would have ended up 1-on-2. The ISIS would have come down the hill. I probably would have died. So I elected to stay up there and just wait. Let's see where the ISIS shows up at. And when he did, it was in a position to where I could draw him all the way down the valley. And he was kind enough to follow me. And I got enough of a lead on him where I crossed over. He went up the hill towards where he thought I was, and that let me get a couple more sniping shots on him. Tiger started sniping again. I had to go back and get him, but since I'd drawn the IS so far away, I had time to go back and take out the Tiger. Unfortunately, I missed 3 shots in a row, and that really cost me a good chance at another chance at a victory, because if I had killed him, if I hadn't missed 3 shots and I would have killed him 3 shots sooner, I would have had time to get into a position where I could have sniped the ISIS a couple times before he could return fire, and that may have given me the time I needed then to close in on him and get a kill shot before he wiped me out. But I can't change what happened, so have to settle for the draw. I end up with 2,701 XP, 4 spots, 716 spotting damage with 7 kills, 3,321 points of damage. High caliber, top gun, and defender medal. Like I said earlier, when you're in a situation like that, unless you win, no matter what you do, you're going to second guess yourself. So just watch your films, try to figure out what you could have done better. In this case, the obvious answer was don't miss those shots on the tiger. And then you move on, and hopefully you do it a little bit better the next time out. Happy hunting.